Those are the Israelites he's grabbing that belongs to him. Now we have to find our way back to him. He's going to help us. But we're going to find our way back to him and ask him, Lord, can you marry me again? Can you hold me again like you did when we came out of Egypt? Read on.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And the Lord says he would set up pastors according to his heart. That lets you know that there's pastors according to someone else's heart around here. That lets you know, because these are pastors. But all pastors not according to the Most High's heart. What is his heart? The Bible. The Bible. That would teach you knowledge and understanding according to his will. That would do what? Bring Israel back. Now what we do when we teach, we're actually setting up an engagement. We are espousing Israel to the Most High. Go back to where you were.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore.
No more will we talk about the Ark of the Covenant, which is the covenant that was under Moses. The power that came with the Ark of the Covenant. No more. Because Christ in the Most High, Christ's presence will be amongst us. When we marry to him again, he will be amongst us. We will not need the Ark of the Covenant. So no more will we look at the power of the Ark that was under Moses and the Levites. Read on.
The ark of
Just hold your place. Read the 17th verse.
At the time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of the Lord, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart.
No more will we walk according to the imagination of our evil heart. And when it says all nations, because Israel will be gathered out of all nations. Israel was scattered. And once a year, all the nations will come up to Jerusalem to bring their forces and give homage to God's people. Again, once a year, all the nations will come up to give full respect to God's people. Read.
In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
That means Israel and Judah will no longer be split. They're going to be together. Them breaches are going to be closed, like as in the days of old, like Amos the 9th chapter says. The breaches will be completely shut. No longer will that kingdom be split, Judah and Israel. Read.
And they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given.
Where are we coming from?
From the land of the north.
We're coming from North America. Read.
To the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
That sounds like a marriage to me. I put you away, but I can bring you back. Now check this out. This is in the Old Testament the Lord is speaking. But because we know, according to the law of divorcement, once you put away a wife, you're not supposed to accept her back. But in the Old Testament, the Lord is showing mercy in accepting his wife back. To let you know, even in mercy, in forgiveness, in truth, in love, if something happened in a relationship, you can still forgive and take someone back. That's the spirit of the Most High, because he did it for Israel. So why are you going to leave a sister out there who could have made a mistake when she's sorry and trying to come back? No, you know what God say. I can show you in the scripture what God say. Get away from me. But the Lord took you back. You still making mistakes, and the Lord is giving you mercy. Are you much better than she? Right? What verse you at?
19.
Go ahead. This is where it gets good.
But I said, how shall I put thee among the children? and give thee a pleasant land, a goodly heritage of the hosts of nations? And I said, Thou shalt call me my father, and shalt not turn away from me.
And shall not turn away from me. Read on.
Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, said the Lord.
That's clear. Read that again. Now, is that talking about everybody? Read that again.
Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, said the Lord.
The same way you dealt you made your wife dealt treacherously with her husband is the way Israel dealt treacherously with the Most High. The Lord loved to be praised. He loved to be worshipped. And yet, here it is, we're in a Catholic church ringing bells and all types of stuff, lighting candles with different saints. He's like, yo, what about me? What about me? We calling on Zeus, 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 Tammuz. And Christ is like, yo, what about me? Why can't you seek me? Because if you seek me, I'll tell you my name. Right? Read on.
A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten the Lord their God.
They have forgotten the Lord their God. They have forgotten about their power. Read on.
Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come to thee, for thou art the Lord our God.
Read that part again.
Return, ye backsliding children.
Now, why would the Lord, how can the Lord put this stipulation there if Israel is just cut off forever, like everyone is saying? He put a stipulation in the scriptures. Return, ye backsliding daughters. He wouldn't say that unless Israel could return. Right? He wouldn't say it unless there's an opportunity for Israel to return. Read.
Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Lord our God. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills, and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
Read that again. The brother asked me, let's go into some salvation. He called me and said, man, why don't we go into some salvation? You know what? Here goes some salvation for you right there. Read that part again.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills.
Ain't it hoped for from the hills? Everybody wants to be saved, right? Read.
And from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. Talking about his people, the same people he scattered. Right? Read on.
For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters.
So from youth, we're taught to be ashamed. From our youth, we're taught to stray off against the Most High. Read on.
We lie down in our shame, and our confusions covereth us.
And we are totally confused as a people. Read on.
For we have sinned against the Lord our God.
That's why we're in the condition we're in. Because we have sinned against the Lord our God. The same God that parted the Red Sea for the children of Israel. And then we continue to sin against him. And he's so merciful. You know what he do? He give you grace. He give you grace. But sooner or later, that runs out. Because if we decide not to accept the mercy of the Most High, that's our choice. He extended himself to us. Like, listen, come back. But the wages of sin is death. If we continue in sin, then what's the payment? That means we setting up our own wages, whether it be life or death. Our works is setting up our wages. Right? Read on.
We